Hi there. In this video, we'll be doing some basic measures and calculations with Microsoft Power BI. Let's get started. First of all, let's have a look of the data set that we have. I have here a customer data table. I have orders detail and an orders table. And this is the schema of the data set. The customer is connected to the orders through the customer ID, and the orders is connected with the order details through the order ID. That means if I have to connect customer through order details, it's gonna be through this orders table. Now let's create our first measure. I will click on a new measure and let's give it a name. I always like to number my measures so that it would be easier to find them once you have really a lot of measures. Otherwise, it would be messy. And let's give it a name, total revenue. It's gonna be sum X. The name of the table, which is order details, and the formula is quantity multiplied by price, unit price. In this case, I have my total revenue, and I like always to put all of my measures under one um, table called measures. I will show you how we can do it. So it would be easier to find them. I will enter here data and we can give it a name like main measures, something like that. And now I have this main measures and I will click here on the measure that I have created for the home table and just like assign it to the main measures and it will be here. So it will be really easier for me to find them. And this column one, I don't need it. I will just delete it. So now I have my first measure. Let's create another measure for the cost because later I will be calculating the net profit margin. Give it a name, M02 total cost equals to sum X, order details, quantity multiplies by the cost. So in this formula, I have used sum X and not sum because of iteration. I will show you. So this is the table, order details, and the sum X does what it does. Quantity multiplies by price. The result of this, which is 10,000, will be added to 3 plus 3 multiplies by 5,000 plus quantity multiplies by unit price and so on. So it iterates through the whole table. That's why I have used sum X. And now let's calculate the net profit margin with the new measure M03 net profit margin, and we will give it a variable because we will be using this net profit formula later in the formula. Uh, Net profit is equal to revenue minus cost, which is M01 minus M02, the ones that I have calculated, return. And now the equation of the net profit margin, which is divide net profit, the one I have calculated here, and this is gonna be divided by the revenue M01. And I would like to have the result in percentage, so I will multiply it by 100. And I have now my net profit margin. Let's have a table just like to see how the tables look like. Customer name, M01, M02, M03. So these are the measures I have calculated. Let's do some filtering and let's say I would like to calculate the revenue filtered to product A. We can do it by writing here calculate and then we already calculated the revenue, so just Write it here, total revenue. And now I will tell Power BI, please filter it to the product A. I have this product name, the column that includes the names of the products, and I will say this equals to product A. I will show you the table, how it looks like, and so these are the products, and now we are calculating the revenue only for this product A. And I'll just put it here, put it in the table. So you can see it's only for Jane, John, and Mary, which means only those three bought product A and the rest they haven't bought it. That's why it's empty for the rest. So that was actually basic measures for with Microsoft Power BI, some calculation with sum, doing a variable, and for later videos I will be doing more complicated measures. See you next videos.